everyone, and welcome to Year 8 Season 2 title update 2 of For Honor, where it was revealed that Ubisoft has given us poor Consolians and the rest of the player base the gracious gift of photo mode. You can now go into training mode, customs, but only solo, and story mode using the orbital camera to pan around your hero, or the free camera, grabbing that perfect shot for thumbnails, to show off your amazing trip to the masses, maybe even get that picture of Daubeny and frame it on the wall. And now we'll be able to put For Honor in next year's photo mode contest. Isn't that exciting? This is a huge update for Honor. And what's that? You want to talk about him? I guess we could talk about him, but give me 1 second before we do. This insignificant little photo mode update has one big advantage for creators old and new. Besides being able to switch the depth of view and hue, being able to put your best Instagram filter on to hide that abomination you call drip, or even being able to slap one of the For Honor logos onto the photo. You can also use it in the hero selection menu. This small addition will let creators use it to show off all of the new finishers, emotes, endgame signatures, and effects without having to spend steel all the time to show them off in multiple combinations. The freedom to see how each combination can show how each effect looks and feels before buying them lessens the buyer's remorse for an effect that might not have gone with the outfit that you were going for. Now on to him. The newest hero added to the For Honor roster, Sohei, is a heavy samurai hero inspired by the Benkei warrior. After testing the hero for the past week with many other creators, I could say that he is definitely going to be a hero that will test your knowledge and has a skill gap for sure. Sohei's kit is built around his new resource mechanic, soul weapons. When Sohei lands a finisher attack on you, he activates that weapon's soul. These soul weapons are tracked and located on his back and left hip, and are originally white flames. Once all 6 are charged, the flame turns red and an audio cue of is heard. To help you visually, Ubisoft hit you with many telltale signs as to which attack activates which weapon. From left to right, it is left heavy, left light, top heavy, top light, right heavy, right light. They even went ahead and labeled them with a black handle to tell you that it is a heavy finisher, and white handles to indicate the light finishers. These souls can be consumed or lost when you are defeated in combat. His Japanese style polearm is his main weapon that he opens with and mainly uses to fight. Some of these soul weapons have some special properties when used. His top light finisher is undodgeable, his right heavy pins, and his left heavy will inflict bleed. To many players, he will feel very clunky, with only being able to do light light or heavy heavy, but does have an in-chain zone attack that, like Ocelotl, has armor, can be thrown as a second chain attack, has the ability to go into any finisher, and one of the smoothest soft feints into guard break we have seen in quite some time. After throwing a finisher, he can chain zone as well to continue his pressure and mix up his opponent. He also has dodge attacks to every side, running attacks, and a forward bash that can all be used or followed up by a heavy or light to go into his chain. This pressure is to scare you with his guard break. Sohei's guard break is very similar to Peacekeeper's, as once you have grabbed your opponent, You could follow up with a light, 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 or heavy, heavy, heavy input to charge all of the soul weapons going in order from left, right, and top of the selected input. This gives you even more control of which souls you charge. His special move that can only be used once he has all 6 souls charged in his 7-force strike, that after a bash and inputting a zone attack, discharges these souls into his main weapon and deal an insane 95 damage without feats. We'll just put a pin in that for later. In duels, he is for sure clunky. Without a fluid chain like many in the cast being able to light heavy or heavy light, he will be a challenge for those playing him on launch. He will have a Lawbringer type of feel in these situations, and feels like he was mainly built for 4s. In brawls and 4s, he will be a niche character to play. His slow neutral heavies and neutral lights have decent hitboxes, but they lack in his big heavy finishers. His dodge heavies into hyper armor zone will be his bread and butter, with side light attacks having the better hitboxes in team fights. His perk selection is the same as Kensei, with Shields Up, Aegis, Devour, Endurance, Survival Instinct, Headhunter, and Fresh Focus, so he will not get any extra damage from those feats. Where he does get his extra damage is in his unique feats. His tier 1 feats are Eye of the Demon, Iron Lungs, and Speed Revive. Tier 2 are Soul Soother, Arrow Strike, and Smoke Bomb. Tier 3 are Ancillary Might, Punch Through, and Tough as Nails. And his tier 4s are Soul Waker, Regenerate, and Arrow Storm. Now we will go over his unique feats that deal more damage with his 7-force strike. His first feat is a 25% defense debuff to the target enemy. His third feat is a 25% attack damage buff from having all 6 charges until he consumes or loses his souls. With either his tier 1 active on his target or his tier 3 feat unlocked, his 7-force strike will go from 95 to 119 damage. With both active on the target, he can deal 149 damage, almost deleting a full health Warlord with a BP shield and Aegis perk. His tier 4 is an instant recharge of the souls when used. But his biggest feat is his tier 2, which instead of using the souls for his big attack, he can use his tier 2 to consume the souls into a full heal. During the grab portion of his 7-force strike, he can be interrupted as the move does not have armor. If he is interrupted by a teammate or enemy during the grab portion, his weapon will have absorbed these souls without any damage dealt or healing done. To be able to land this big move takes teammates to realize that you have charge and not interrupt you. Think something along the lines of Shaman Bite, and how many times you have been interrupted by teammates during that move. He will be a rage quitter's wet dream to leave a game since you wasted his charges, so be mindful on the battlefield, please, as seeing a target on his last tick of bleed can be excused, but a teammate glowing red will make their face glow red. Sohei will be released July 25th, and may they have mercy on our souls. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Go! Stay!